back there sleeping still. Hello! Welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a hill empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. People are getting so aggro. I ain't even engaging no more. I say my piece and then bounce out. People are straight up hostile out there. They're very aggressive on planet Earth. They all got little chips on their shoulder, and I just take my chip off and skip it across the pond because I got no beef. And all these people are aggressively angry, so they're all got something to prove. The dude found me, so I saw a picture. I saw the other side of me having an engagement with the D-bag at the phone store. 369, which is funny because that reading that the peace dealer said that I'm like 369 Mafia and Chris Brown. People are drawn to hate me, and I'm okay with it. I'm here for it. So he though found me, and he posted and started following me. And I looked on his page today, and he has like me. I like my outfit. He's talking trash about my outfit. I think my outfit's cool. I'm Vice. I got my Pisces is in Venus. I'm a snappy dresser. I had my bow tie. I still got a drawer full of bow ties. So, like Tucker Carlson. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, Benny, please don't start. You were just quiet. I'll go in here, sir. I'll leave you be. So I watched part of the video with the Tucker Carlson video with that cruise guy. That cruise guy is his wife is from the same place that my dad is born and raised. That puddle of nepotism. San Luis Obispo. That place never did me any favors. Okay, I gotta fix this because I wasn't planning on coming in here, but Benny's getting babbly and I don't want to hear it, so I gotta change the setup. Oh. Hello, David. I come in peace. I hope you do too, man. I'm tired of freaking aggression. I gotta get the light. I'll let Mom sleep a little while longer. I was just talking about snippets. I don't really spend much time on 3D Earth, but I just saw snippets of that Ted Cruz. And I'm like, dude, they're saying what I believe to be true and what I've been saying for 7 years, like a broken record. I've been saying that this Washington, D.C., Hollywood, any paid sports of any kind, D.C., Hollywood, sports, and religion, they're all to get people to disconnect to contributing anything wholesome to the world because they're too busy looking at that shit. And now we're looking at a civilization collapsing. America's falling, and I'm not sad about it. I'm not really sad about it. Because people want to be self-sufficient, so we just got to teach them how. I just think about every day in my community. I gotta go pick up trash. I can't know that it's there and not like do something about it. You know, especially around where I live. And these people have lived here their whole lives, and they just beer cans, discard. Just it's somebody else's problem. Because that's how they feel. Like, they feel like they're discounted. So if you make everybody feel counted, then the idea is they'll feel less inclined to feel like they're a piece of trash, and then act like the trash is the world, or the world is trash around them. Give people purpose. They don't have purpose. I grew up in Northern California. I grew up in the armpit of California. Redding is a harder place than this place. Redding's a harder place than Taos. Yeah, like whatever Taos can dish out, whatever. You just got to be careful because it's a different time and people are crazy. People are psycho. So you can't be poking the wrong bear. I got that 369 dude told me not to run and hide. And I was like, block. Those are words that are not any words that any sane, rational person would say. So we're not the same. Yeah, that dude he drank, but he's a drinker. So anything, you can't ever tell with people that drink what they're gonna do because they take on these spirits and they can be very, very dangerous. So you got to be careful that people that take intoxicants, drugs, alcohol, anything like that. Look at New Mexico, man. People are running every day. So people are getting shot. This place is already lawless because people don't follow universal law. It's Babylon. I live in Babylon. And they, everybody has access, and then they get mad, and then you throw in heat, and then they can't even take a shower, so they feel bad about themselves, so something happens out there in the world, and then they're just set off. And, there's a lot of angry people out there. And I'm not going to be one of them. I am not going to participate in the nastiness which is out there on planet Earth. I see that they're having another holiday. I can't keep up with all the holidays. All these holidays give people days off. And these people that are getting these days off or these holidays haven't been working that hard to begin with. So just take them away from what they're already not doing. It's just silly to me. So people are starting to figure out America's a lie. It's all a production. Corp USA is spiritually bankrupt. So what are we going to do with the fallout? We're going to give more people opportunity. We're going to circumvent the gatekeepers. Because there's not a whole lot of the capable, there's becoming less and less capable on planet Earth. Because there's too many mama's boys. That's what that 369 dude, that kid is. He's a mama's boy. He said in his thread that he was lucky that what I said, whatever, his mom should have swallowed is what I said. Because he's just another shit stain on the fabric of society. Because he just is a freaking machismo. And I've had to deal with them my whole life, so I know exactly who and what they are. So I say my piece, and I be on my way. And that's what I did. Said my piece, went on my way. Then he came in to say hey on my page, so I checked in. So that's what I found out. He likes to drink a lot. His greatest aspiration is to work at T-Metro at frickin' Taos, New Mexico. And he's, I don't know, in his 30s, but... Yeah, he said he was lucky that I was lucky that he was at work when I brought up his mom. So because that's what that man would do, is he was gonna punch me or kick me or do something. And if you look at his TikTok page, he's also making fun of other different abled women. So it's not just me. I don't feel like he singles me out. He does. Hey, Christy, what's up? He likes to just make fun of people. I like to make fun of people. Oh, yeah. But see, the way I look at it is like people really don't mature past 15 years old. Like everybody I've ever, I see the 50, even in myself, I see how I dress, like how I wanted to dress. Like I live in I still take care of mom ever since I was 15, so, but I have evolved. I have encompassed these comforts. I get to buy these cool little fans with lights and stuff just because I want to, but I don't spend $80,000 on cars and stupid shit that don't matter, But this, that's practical because the power where I live goes out a lot. So that's useful, and I like the lights. It's like living in a light bright. But then I see people like, uh, any place I've ever been, there's the born and raised, and I see those groups. And then I see, because you can stay in the same place and still evolve. And then I watch where people are evolving. I'm looking for the evolution. And then when I live, and then, because I've had to move around a lot. I didn't want to necessarily move around as much as I have. It's just the lessons and the path and which I've taken. I get to compare a lot of places. And places don't, like, geographically they change. Curbs change, sidewalks change, buildings change. But the quality of the care of the people at the bottom, that never changes. The only thing that changes is that the cracks of society are getting wider. And now they're trying to perpetuate another bullshit military conflict like the one I was in 03. I was on Crete for shock and awe in 03, and it was bullshit, and I've been talking about what bullshit America is ever since. And that was like the last generation, because they put me on the weight management program. They were going to kick me out of the military because muscle weighs more than fat, essentially. I mean, all my PT shit was good, but that's what they do, is like, if you don't comply and go along with their program, they'll find any reason to get you out. And I just kept saying, dude, you guys don't need to get me out. I see how stupid this is. I'm going to honor my 6-year enlistment, and I'm done. Because you guys had me believe in a lie. America's free. Like, I mean, like, the resources that I saw go through, and that's why people drive Humvees. Is because the Desert Storm. Well, the seeds, actually the first movie I saw an ATV, an all-terrain vehicle, was in Toys. When that made up general, which is very true to life. I have it on DVD. Maybe me and Mom will watch it today. I need to stream it on TikTok live because other people need to watch that movie. It's very poignant. And so they're still trying to perpetuate the bullshit. And then people go off to war. And the guys, they're like, yeah, there's plenty of people that like that they don't like talking about the people that the people that they killed, because they realize when they're there that we're the threat. This is the only country that we should be protecting. And they can't even sell the idea that they give a shit about us as their constituents anymore because of this bullshit. I am so happy people are reading anytime they have us care about anything over there. I think about any person I've ever crossed paths with and all the people I put declaration fucking begging on the internet because I needed a place to live for me and Mom, and I just got ignored. But all these people put in their little Facebook profiles that they care about this, that, and the whatnot, that don't fucking do nothing for okay, we've had earthquakes, we've had when did any country from the desert over there that we've aided in their freedom and democracy and bullshit, blah 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 blah, when did they ever bring in large personnel to help America rebuild? Just as, like, camaraderie, just like, hey, thanks, just like, this is what fellowship is. No, they just want, it's a numbers game. They want to play Monopoly with people's lives because they watch shows like, hi Luna, they watch shows like the Rockford Files, and they sat on their pappy's lap and watched baseball, so they're sold for life on that. Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. And then they came up with these bullshit ideas like, if we make it better for people up here, it'll trickle down and make it better for. And that was all a lie. They've been lying about that since '89. Since that was the year Mom got her head slammed in the car door. I used to hear these talks. I'm like, they're just like parrots on little sticks that just talk. Do it like just like in junior high. Listen to what I have to say, but I don't know how to do anything, so don't do what I know how to. It's all these people were put in positions of power. My brother's one of them. He's just a scumbag, so I didn't go his way. I went the way of the spirit, not the heart. You know where my coffee is, DOG? Hi, Stan Lee. I only end up drinking half a cup anyway, and then I dump it out. Like, I for one am really grateful that people are starting to see what America is and the lie that America is. Oh, I was gonna explain the whole. If I had a deck of cards, it would be easier. So the archetypes. Carl Jung talks about the psychological archetypes, like the joke. I'm the Joker. I'm the contrarian. And then they have like these other ones. Well, I have my own archetypes, and then you have the mama's boy. The mama's boy archetype. And this is my perception, okay? You got a generation of girls that grew up, like with dolls and playing dolls and house and being mom and all that stuff. And then you have that same generation. The boys didn't get the same memo. They just watched Pornhub. So you got these fucking boys and girls get together, and then they're making babies. And then baby boy comes out, and he is just because everybody thinks that their kid is the most precious, divine thing on planet Earth. Even the ones like you could tell, not everybody is born with the soul. Not everybody is born good. There's people, and you're seeing it in social media now. There's always been darkness in people. And then the thing of it is they don't, everybody has darkness in them. We all have shadow in them. How are they going to restrain themselves? They don't restrain themselves. That's the thing, is they don't do discipline. They don't do things to keep themselves disciplined. And so that's what makes them a wackadoo. Because they don't listen to that voice that says don't do that. They just go around and do whatever they want. They cause harm to people, kids, animals, themselves. They're just wired. They're just wired wrong. Their wiring's broke. Well, now it's just like I'm curious if it's in a different dimension. Back from my AA days. It's all, and they're all free. It's all clubs. But don't tell them the advantages that you get if you do this secret weird bullshit. And I'd never do the secret weird bullshit. Because in my mind, it's cheating. And so now society is collapsing. America's falling, and I'm none too surprised. Well, you gotta just there's nothing that's getting done. Like, there's still work to be done. There's still pipes that need to be, like, roads that need to be, like, fixed. There's still electrical stuff that needs to be done. Like, there's still repairs, and there's not qualified people to do these tasks. Oh, I was talking about the mama's boy. Okay, so and then they have the boys, and then they or girls, and then there's the same. It's just spoiled rotten. It's just giving everything it needs, so it never feels the vibrational frequency of discomfort. But you can't do that on planet Earth because it's a full spectrum experience. So you don't. Nobody gets to always be comfortable. That in itself is an uncomfortability. So, when they do meet something that makes them uncomfortable, never buy your toddler Jordans. Because then they grow up and they think that they're just owed these things, that they just are deserved. But my mom said I had the golden wiener, that I could do no wrong because I was her sweet, precious little boy. And I know that not all, and then so these guys, they grow up and they a lot of them play sports and do all that stupid stuff where all the attention and time is put on them, and they don't have to they never learn to give back because it's always about them. They go to Disneyland all the time. They just do whatever their heart desires. And then they find the woman that is going to just take the place of mom. So then you have like places where I live where it's all those women driving their man around. That's my man. Well, what are you going to do when you get a flat tire? Because your man don't know how to change it. Does your man have AAA in his pocket? And then they get mad because they can't do the things that society says based on gender specifics. These are the things that men do. So they go out and they act, I'm tough because I'm a tough guy. How are you a tough guy? Where did you learn to be a tough guy? Because in Taos, since I've lived here the last 4 years, 5 years, I've seen like groups of kids jump one person, like 5 people jump. That's like not fair. Like they don't fair fight. I've had things stolen from me because they take shit in the dark. Because that's what people that hide. It's a mentality. Like I can't come out you direct, so I'm gonna do something to get you in the dark. And that's some fucking born and raised shit, keto shit stain, cousin fucking mentality. Because I'm not trying to beef with people. I'm trying to rebuild after this society collapses. Because nobody made this place good. They had all this time, 250 years, to make America a wonderful place. And even the freaking the indigenous, they didn't go the way of the spirit. They went the way of the fucking casino. I didn't make them do it. I just comment on how they did it. I just comment on how people behave, and people get so irate when you make focus on how. I encourage people, if you see me out there, say hey. But see, because everybody knows everybody, and then you have people here that'll be nice to you, but then they're buddies with the dummy at the freaking auto store, and it's just. It's a very energetically incestuous place. That's what that Taos vibe is. It's low vibrational frequencies. Like the highest aspiration, and it doesn't have anything to do with anybody's gender, the color of their skin, ethnicity, like nothing of that matters. It's how people choose to behave day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out, generation in, generation out, that like everybody can collectively take responsibility, that has never made any place better than it was when they got there. I mean, look who doesn't. Vacations exist so people can go and make a mess someplace else other than their house and pay somebody else to clean it up. So it's not me, I'm just stating the obvious. So you have all these people that got their positions, their seats, their business cards, their name placards, their offices, their expense accounts, their private planes, their all of this stuff. They get all of this stuff because that's what people get when they're really important. But these people have not had viable ideas. All they're parrots. All they do is regurgitate and repeat the same thing, and then over and over. And that is what American society is built on. So that is what's collapsing because these things don't work. You can't. People that have always been taken care of have no idea what it's like. And for you mamas boys, in the women forum too, you mamas boys out there, I got some advice for you. Because you're such a good son. There will come to the day that your mom will need care. That mom that you love so much, she's going to need you to take care of her. Either that or you're going to put her in a home and you don't want to know about the bad things that people do in those places. Or maybe I should tell you, 369, when they get catatonic, dudes like your age will just like jump up on and just have their way because they're never going to tell. This is the stuff that happens. So if you end up taking care of your mom, 369, understand the proper way to wipe a female. Because if you don't do it right, correct for her, she's going to get UTIs, and that can mess with her thinking and stuff like that. So these are the things. This is, you are such a good son, 369. These are the things that you're going to, this is your future. Because good sons and daughters, they evolve. They get over all the stuff they're mad about when they're little hitos and hitas. They get over all that stuff. They evolved. They move from the place that they grew up. They add to the world. They don't just suck. They don't just scoot around on a little scooter with your little quips. Like, you can pick up garbage in your parking lot because it's filled with trash. Yeah, you can make things better, but they don't. They just gotta fucking take. So we'll see. We'll see where you stand as far as a good little lipskin, a good little endearing boy. They're all just wonderful people until you gotta wipe somebody's ass. See, I didn't have kids. I didn't want to do all that stuff. When I was 15, 1989, I knew what my future held. And then when you get to that point, that you got someone in your life that you're just trying to take care of that can't take care of themselves, and then you go out in the world and you try to use all these resources just because you want someone to help, like, because it's hard to take care of people. It's hard for some people to live the same day over and over, and yet people they just want to poke you. They just want to, because they're so miserable in their lives, they want to add to the discomfort in my life. So now I just don't let them. So when I go out and I see the heat, I see the 15-year-old in everybody. They try to bait me. They try to get my goat because I get excited. My brother did it. See, I used to be a lot better at the game, but then they gave me 8 anthrax vaccines, and that just kind of gave me a push button ignition is what that did. So I am learning too, and I'm just not gonna let them, not gonna give them the opportunity. Not going to let people disrupt my peace because I work so hard for it. They could try. The kingdom is inside, and I'm not going to give the keys to swine. I talk. Care more about freaking Negro Modelo and stuff like that. Like, people gotta evolve. That's like what kids do. They play with alcohol, they experiment. But when people are still doing that in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, There's got to be a reason why, so why don't people look at that? Tuck, you want that other fan on, honey bear? You go get the girl? Go get the girl. Go get the girl. Dude named Kenny one time said, you need help? Go get a girl. Go that way? You wanna go outside? Go. A dude, Kenny, one time once said the greatest definition of what a parent does, and that is a parent's role is to make their role obsolete. So that means that you teach whatever it is that you bring into this world, and you support that thing, and you love that thing no matter what that thing decides to do. And when it starts to live more in the shadow side, you gotta bring it back to the way of the light. And then that way that being child grows to a point where they don't need anybody to take care of them under any circumstances. Well, we got to make a world that's safe enough that people can go out, like shift work. After I saw that rock, in a town, if you take your trash out and you throw it, or like a mom defends her kids, and the man that's attacking her kids ends up dead, but she goes to prison. But a rich Nepo kid from South Africa in Texas can blow up a freaking, like an explosion at 11 o'clock at night, then I think that's okay if construction workers do shift work and then work overnight. They can work, they can get these construction programs, because you can just have people. Look at how many more people would do construction if they could go work at night. Like, there's solutions everywhere. But you have the borough brats that don't want solutions, so they're going to roadblock. They're not going to allow it. But the people are figuring out that they got wet brain, that their brains don't work. They did too many drugs. Like, they got told too many times. I think that occasion last weekend with whatever, that pageantry, political posturing, the pony show in D.C., I think that was a humiliation ritual. Yeah. Because it showed the whole world that fucking America's not ready. Like, it's a hollow illusion that our readiness, they don't, like, those people, did they iron their uniform? Like, that is not what, so, and the guy that runs the whole Department of Defense, the DUI hire, I can't accept their reality, so I don't. That's what I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.